Happy 64th anniversary, Glenwood United Church. Woo-hoo! Let's try that again. Happy 64th anniversary, Glenwood United Church. You're still seeming a little sad. We're here today to celebrate. It's a glorious, beautiful day to gather together as a church family, to renew acquaintances, to share stories with friends, not to just enjoy each other's company, but to worship together and praise God together. What unites us this day is the presence of God in this place at this moment. And this is God's Spirit which is leading us as we continue and begin sharing in ministry with hope, excitement, and with the assurance that we're not moving forward in faith by ourselves. God is with us. Christ is leading us each step of the way. What is it that binds us together as Glenwood United Church? On this anniversary Sunday, this is what we normally do on an anniversary celebration. Look, what binds us together from the years past to what calls us together to lead us into the next year to come? What calls us to be together in this place? And how do we define this? If someone were to ask you, why is Glenwood Church your home church? What would you say? Our youngest full members who were confirmed in June answered this question. Because this is where my roots are. My family is there. There's people I've known all my life. It's an extension of my home and family. Home. For most people, it's a place of comfort, relaxation, and rest. A place where you can put on your PJs at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, eat in the living room, and enjoy doing what is fun and enjoyable for you. But what happens if there's problems with the house, with the windows, the roof, or anything else? When you look at it, next slide, most of you will recognize the building right away. What is it? The Leaning Tower of Pisa. It was built between 1173 and 1399, at only 2 meters above sea level. It is the bell tower of the Cathedral at Pisa, Italy. Legend has it that this tower was used by the famous scientist Galileo to test the force of gravity. In his test, he dropped 2 balls of the same mass and found that they reached the ground at the same time. That is, he climbed up the tower and did this. He was comfortable in doing this. The people thought that was a great idea. Galileo, you go ahead and do it. Why? This was his home church. This is where he was baptized. This is his community. And when he was testing something that went around the world, they thought, this is pretty neat. Galileo did this. This is his home church. This is a church where it was not only where he gathered together with family members and where we began his spiritual journey, but this is a place where it inspired his questions of how and why things work as they do. But if you look more closely at this tower, realize that it's leaning, and it has been estimated that it's falling at a rate of 1 to 2 millimeters per year. Well, you think that's not very much, but it was built in 1173 to 1399. For how many hundreds of years? The tower is leaning. Built at the highest peak was at 60 meters. That's how it was supposed to be. Now it's at 56.67, and now at the lowest side it's 55. But what caused this building to lean? When the tower was being built, just after 3 stories had been made, the foundation was shifting. The stones which made up the foundation had been laid on soft ground, which is called clay, with a mix of fine sand and shells. So why did they stop? Kind of like us. Why did they stop and fix it then? They didn't know. But he didn't know how to fix it. But when you think about it, the whole area was composed of the same kind of sand. They didn't have the big dump trucks to bring in all the dirt that we would do now. They didn't have all the technology that we use to figure out so much. Because it's so many years ago. And at that time, the knowledge of the rock and sand and how they physically bond tightly or loosely was not understood. But even in the pause in construction, there was some help. The Brown Another factor that is very important is that Pisa is a port city. And the bell tower was built so that the bell would be heard and the people would come to Mass because it was a landmark place. But this tower is still being used today. People are going into it. There has been some help to help keep it from leaning any further. Because we're estimating if nothing has happened, it will fall. It's a major tourist attraction. But for how long? Why? The tower leans because of a poor foundation. Well, Jesus talked about foundations not because there were huge buildings where he preached, but because he wanted to emphasize his whole message in a quick way. In our scripture reading, Jesus has been speaking for a while. It's what we have heard and talked about it several times, called the Sermon on the Mount. And he's finally drawing to a conclusion. He wants to have his overall message hit home and be easily remembered. So he talks about houses. Every person listening to him would automatically relate because people live in some kind of a housing accommodation of some sort. Just like all of you, we live in some kind of a place we call home. The houses Jesus referred to were not the wooden frame kind, but they lived in harmony. That is the very being of life itself. But he used the illustration of the house. A house. Two houses being of the same design and build and everything. They both look good and there's no need to worry in the sunshine and heat-filled days of the desert environment in which they lived. But then Jesus talked about something very important. When the storms hit and the winds blew and there were a lot of rain. The storms came and things went wrong for the house that was built on the sand. The house that was built on the rock withstood it all. When you think about it, in this last week we've heard about hurricane winds. We've experienced a lot of rain and water in our area in the last 6 months. Rain pelting and floodwaters rising in certain areas, and we just pray for the ground to grow drier. But when Jesus was talking, he wasn't talking about those particular kinds, he was talking about people's lives. And when we think about our lives today as a church in the 21st century, we must reflect upon our relationship with God. We saw on television and any news broadcast, wherever we watched it, the destruction of the hurricane winds in the Bahamas. What happens to the people and the faith of the people in these times when storms overpower? That is a concern when we think about our lives being uprooted and changed and to the point where we don't know what to do. But those are not the only storms. Those are the physical storms we call weather patterns and changes. But when we think about the other storms in our life, what do we do? Those storms include enough money, health issues, children, family safety and protection, violence, social justice issues worth advocating for, even life and death. Where is our house? Are we sitting at the feet of Jesus and listening to his words, or really hearing what he says and trusting him to be the rock, the strong one for us? Are we putting our foundation on shaky sand so that we can shift whichever way we want as the storms lead? That is, being pulled in different directions because we're just not sure of our foundation. But if we truly have faith as individuals and as a church, our foundation, our main thing, our main foundation must be Jesus. When we think about all our churches today, all denominations, everything, our church today is facing many storms. People aren't attending or supporting churches as they once did, and they're falling into ill repair, costing millions of dollars. Yet what we need to remember and focus upon this is when God looks upon Glenwood Church, where is the heart of the people? God's not looking at the building. Where is the heart of the people? Which house holds our hearts? The house of the foolish or the wise? When Paul was establishing churches and people were yearning to hear the good news of Jesus Christ for the first time in the first century after Jesus ascended to heaven, there were difficulties around issues of the old way and the new way. There were divisions amongst the people of the church. But what Paul stated in our reading from 1 Corinthians 3 is that through God's grace alone, God was able to lay a foundation and someone else was building on it. Each one of us knows what that foundation is and should be and could be and is Jesus Christ. But how do we care and build upon it? How do we share with one another and build upon it? We have received a great inheritance. This church was established 64 years ago, which is relatively new to Sutherland, the city. But the true heart of this church has never changed. Focusing on Jesus Christ, our foundation. How we continue to build upon the legacy of those who went before us enables us to grow with each other. But we must choose wisely, looking at and understanding who we are in this community as the city around us changes. We've been challenged many times in the past to figure out how we might reach out to others and help others who are in need. And we've mastered those challenges. Maybe what we just need to do at this time is to envision what God sees us doing as we enter our 65th year and look ahead to 2020 with a new vision in 2020. Maybe we should call it 2020 vision. We don't need to have a tower to test the laws of physics as Galileo did. But we need to understand what is it God is calling us to envision for 2020. Is it anything different than what Jesus said by building our life in the hands of the foundation of all life, Jesus? It doesn't really mean hearing Jesus' words, letting them sink deep down into our hearts so that we want to respond by sharing and showing love in different ways. On this anniversary Sunday, we might be challenged and moved to look at how we as a church are building up the heart of a church family, focusing on Jesus Christ. And we know it all begins and continues and is based upon with a true foundation in Jesus Christ who said, pray. And he taught us how to pray. And so we pray as we seek God's guidance and what it is that he calls us to do in his name. We pray together for these are the challenges before us. And as true people of faith, and as a church family of Benwood United, we believe we can meet these challenges anew. For if we believe, we trust and know that God is with us each step of our life's journey. Remember that song maybe we sang as a little kid, or not that long ago? The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. And the rains came tumbling down. But what happened to that house on the rock? It stood firm. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. The foolish man built his house upon the sand. And the rains came tumbling down. But what happened to that? The rains came down, the floods came up, kept on down, kept on down. And the house on the sand went slack. But there's a third verse to that song. Build your house on the Lord Jesus Christ. Build your house on the Lord Jesus Christ. Build your house on the Lord Jesus Christ. Build your house on the Lord Jesus Christ, and the blessings will come down. Blessings come down as your prayers go up. The blessings come down as your prayers go up. The blessings come down as your prayers go up. So build your life on the Lord. So when we think about the wise and foolish builders, remember what happens. Building on Jesus Christ. For he is the true foundation of the church. He is the one that told me to go, build my church in my name. Go and make disciples. That's what we're called to do. That's what we've been doing. But it's time to look ahead and revision and look towards what it is God is calling us in new ways this day. Let us pray. God, we thank you. God, we thank you for the gift that you have given to us as we share and celebrate Glenwood United Church as our home church. We are here in faith. faith and have hope. Be with us all as we pray.